Well, Ladles and Jelly Spoons, it says we're live, so we must be live. Sorry I'm a bit late, but I had a problem with the sound. I thought I'd rather have the Monty Python, not the Monty Python, what is it?
Faulty Towers.
The Faulty Towers moment offline. So thanks for waiting. Thanks for waiting. Good evening, everybody. I'm sure Julie or somebody has said something in the comments, have you? We're coming now,
Yes,
are we, or something?
yes.
Yep, will do.
Okay. Right, so we are live, ladies and gentlemen. This, my friends, is Balcony Banter. Now, normally I go to like the wide shot now and everybody's online, but we have a special guest today, so we're going to go around the table first and we're going to come to the special guest last. So I'm just going to ask Christine, Ellie, how the devil are you, my darling?
I'm not so good.
Exactly. What's up with you?
I think I've got some kind of allergy.
Uh-huh.
My eyes are sticking in and...
Do you find it hard getting out of bed as well? It must be the same allergy as I've got. Can't open my eyes, can't get out of bed. So apart from that, you're all right, eh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hot.
Yeah.
But
It is hot.
Up here, it's okay.
Yeah, it's got a nice bit of a breeze here. It's not too bad. Juliani, what about you?
Yeah, it's hot.
It
It's
is
too
hot.
hot.
Not as hot as Britain, though.
No?
No.
Oh, really?
Britain's
They're
got it
frying.
really hot, and also they're out in their shorts when it's 18 degrees.
Uh-huh.
So that means
Yeah.
it's really hot for them.
Yeah, but apart from that, I'm very good now.
Uh-huh.
Now that I'm here on the balcony.
Exactement,
With you.
exactement. And we'll go over to Ian from Dundee. Hi, Ian.
Hi,
You were-
folks. How
you
we,
were- Go ahead.
how we doing?
We're doing
Let's-
fine. How are you, sir? What have you been doing the last week?
Oh, for the last week, I haven't got my diary with us, but I haven't been I haven't been doing very much. Just the usual chores, the usual maintenance, and what have you. Did a wee bit shopping on Saturday. What else did I do? I had a blather with Julianne on Sunday. Monday it was too warm. It was really, really warm. Tuesday was warm, but it was a different kind of heat. There was no sun. It was very, very mucky, as we'll call it. Very humid. Very humid.
Oh, dear.
Today, what have I got done today? Well, I was away getting a jog today. Some of these silly, well, no silly things, they're all worth it at the end of the day. You get a wee jug for all your, like, your flu jugs and all the rest of it.
A Jag? I thought you got the car.
I
I thought you were going to get a Jag, a new Jag.
We just call them jags. I'll just say I was away getting an inoculation.
So when I was a kid, it used to be jab, like jabbing you with a needle,
Jabs,
right?
yeah.
But why did it change to Jag?
I don't know. It's just a term of conversation. I'm going to get a jag.
I think it's autocorrect in Britain now. It's gone wrong.
Well,
It's like
Don't know what
the V and the B in Spanish.
It's like the V and the B in Spanish, exactly.
yeah.
I'm going to
that's
get a
right.
Jag. I thought, great, XJ6,
Yeah, I wouldn't mind one of them.
E-Type, the old E-Type Jags.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a Jag. That's cool. Never heard that before.
There you are.
Well, for those of you watching in Britain, right, it's not Jag, it's jab, like jabbing with a needle. For us old fogies, you see, so we understand what you're talking about. And if you're going to make up a new word, don't make up one that's already exists, meaning something else. I'm going to get a Jag. Cool, dude. Can you pick me up, please?
Just to keep you on your toes, that's all.
Cool, dude. So we do have a special guest today. He contacted me last week, and we tried to do some sort of test to make sure everything's fine. And we just kept missing each other. But we said, don't worry, it'll be all right on the night, he said. Fine. And then I messed up and just didn't come in until 6 o'clock. So we're going to introduce you now. We're going to introduce the channel name first. Now, he'll introduce his real name if he wants to, because, you know, not everybody wants to know who you are in YouTube. So I'm going to put you on now, and this is the Honest Guide, Edinburgh. How the devil are you, sir?
Hi guys, how you doing?
So what's your name and where are you from?
So my name is Michael. I'm from Edinburgh. I've stayed in Edinburgh all my life, and I started my YouTube channel about in March, and it's just basically a channel to help people, tourists coming to Edinburgh. I did take some advice watching Lee's channel, and I also watched a channel from Prague called Honest Guide, and I thought to myself, well, I like helping people, so what's the best option you can do? So I started a channel, and I've been doing it since then, and I do about a video a week because I work full time, so I only get about one video a week just now, but I'm enjoying it. It's helping with the fitness, so yeah, I'm loving doing it.
Well, thank you so much. And there he is in the bottom right-hand corner. Ladies and gentlemen, we're all on live with Balcony Banter with Michael, the new guest for Honest Guide Edinburgh. I must admit, when he first started commenting on the channel, I went and had a quick look. And I haven't watched all the videos, but every one that I've watched, and I watched from the right at the beginning to up to one of the latest ones, the editing is fantastic. I mean, you must have really studied and learnt something before you started uploading. I mean, all the other guys I know, they just started uploading videos and then came to the sort of professionalism later. And you came out, all your stuff is great. Where did you learn your editing?
Well, actually watching YouTube videos, you guys and the Craicmaster and all that, and I just took some advice, but I use my phone to edit. I don't actually use any software, so I use a program on my phone. Yeah, so the thumbnails, I do get someone else to do my thumbnails, only because I haven't found out any way to do it properly yet. So I am learning.
What type of phone you got?
I've got a Samsung. Ultra.
Have a look to see if Pixelmator is an app on the Google Play Store. Because if you got Pixelmator, that's a really good thumbnail one.
Yeah.
You can have different layers and stuff. But what do you edit on? What do you use for editing on the phone?
Well, I record everything on my phone, and then I just put the files into InShot.
Okay. So not something like LumaFusion or something like that?
No, I just use InShot and get £7 for the year, and it's done me quite well. It updates all the time.
I'm crying here. I got like a Mac, an iMac 27-inch, and ADD sound design and Final Cut Pro and everything, and yours are just as good.
Yeah, well, I'm learning all the time. As I say, I had to buy a new mic because my volume wasn't, my mic wasn't very good, so I got a new mic.
All you needed for a mic is a big furry windshield.
Yes.
Like this.
So, maybe not as big as that.
I mean, if you've got your phone next to you, what I do now is I plug in a wired mic. And what I've noticed, if I'm talking to people, they won't talk to you if you don't have a microphone in your hand. So now I've got a lapel mic that I stick on a stick and put a sponge on the end of it, and I just point it at people and they come and talk to you. It's cool.
I really want a GoPro.
You want a GoPro?
Yes, but I'm going to save up for that one.
I think the thing with the GoPro for me, and this is just me talking, is your workflow changes. So you have to take your footage off the GoPro, and it's big. It's gigabytes, not megabytes, because it's such a good quality. So you've got to take it off that, get it into your phone, and then edit. There is a phone app that the GoPro give you for free, which you can use, but you can't get the full resolution down. It just downloads sort of like what do they call it, social media, whatever. Yeah. But GoPros are good. Dan uses a GoPro, the Craicmaster.
The Craicmaster, aye.
Yeah, he uses a GoPro. A lot of my first ones are with a GoPro. I had a gimbal, a Feiyutech G6 gimbal with the GoPro, but the new GoPros, you don't need them because the stabilization is fantastic anyway. Enough technical stuff. So tell us a little bit more about the channel. What was one of your favorite vlogs that you did, and what was one of the first vlogs that you did?
Well, actually, I need to go and remind myself, so I'll put myself on it to have a look. But I did. I've just done the latest one now on some cheap hotels that people can stay in. So that's my latest one.
Not by the hour,
my
no.
best. What's that? Sorry.
Not by the hour.
No.
You get the whole night. Okay. Yeah.
I've done a couple of food reviews. They're quite popular. I'm trying to find the audience that are coming to my channel. So I'm doing different things to see what people like. But the best videos I've got is like the traveling from the airport to Edinburgh, the Gordon Ramsay restaurant. I did the Gordon Ramsay. That does very well. I've done a couple of walkabouts. I've done a couple of breakfasts.
That's why Lee can't get out of the English breakfast thing, you know. I mean, he's been ill, you know, and he says, I'm going to have to do less eating videos, Tim. And then all of a sudden, he earns half the money or something, you know, I mean, or half the views, I mean.
And you could do the Scottish breakfast.
You could?
Ian told
me.
Ian told me that there's a Scottish breakfast too.
I saw that one.
Yes.
What was the restaurant it was? With the bald Eddie guy that called you pal all the time. Hey pal, what you want, pal?
Yeah,
Your breakfast, pal.
Quinn's restaurant. It's actually number 1 on TripAdvisor, but I think it's dropped down to number 3. But it's actually quite a really nice cafe.
It looked pretty good, but I wouldn't like to mess with the guy who owns it. What do you want, pal? Nothing, just a cup of tea.
He was really nice.
He was really nice, but it's just that, you know, it was like, you know, it's anyway. I don't want to get into it. I was just really intimidated. That's what it was.
That was the first time I actually asked permission to actually film a vlog, because I have been denied a few places. They have asked me to stop filming. Some people don't like cameras, and I mean, I try to explain to them it's for their benefit, but some of them don't like it. So at the end of the day, I'll do what I can to help people if I can.
Good.
Yeah.
I hope to be covered in the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, but I don't know how much I'll be able to cover, because obviously I work full time. So I don't know how many times I'll be able to get up to town.
Do you want to let us know what you do as a job, or is that something you do on your Todd?
No, I work for the council. I work for the Edinburgh Council. So I basically look after people for that job.
You've got plenty of time.
Yeah, a lot of time to edit off.
Lean on your shovel from 9 till 10 on a Monday, the rest of the week's off.
I'm mostly in the office though, but...
What are you doing with the shovel in the office?
No, I don't shovel.
I'm just joking. I don't know what's up with me today. I've been not drinking. Well, I mean, I say not drinking. I've been drinking, haven't I? But I decided not to drink any beer anymore, so I'm a bit giddy. I think it's all the sugar I'm drinking. Not aspartame.
Well, you're lucky. You're in Tenerife. I'm in Scotland.
Cheerio,
you know. Exactly. Look at the weather here. You can see it's all misty in the back. Can't see Lagomar or anything.
No.
It's terrible. And what's the wet temperature in the shade there? That big wooden thing? I can't see from here. There we go. 30 degrees in the shade.
Wow.
But it feels a lot less because of the wind, especially me. I'm like right on the edge here, and I've got this nice wind coming
It's not bad.
from the thing like that, yeah. So what is the topic for tonight, ladles and jelly spoons? I promised you a special on cyberbullying, right? And then I got a film from Giuliani about life coaching. And I was trying to mix the two together, and I couldn't. But you must have something in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah? So you imagine if you're a cyberbully, call me and I'll life coach you back into the fold. What's the connection there?
Well, we can take it right to the topic actually. The coaching and the cyberbullying. I mean, many of the people I deal with, they come across with bullying. Whether
they are bullies or they're being bullied.
Some of them they are being bullied, and then some of them turns out they are also bullies.
Cool, dude. And
but you don't really know. They are maybe like unconscious bullies.
Well, that's the best kind.
Yeah, really.
Unconscious bullies. Yeah. Just after you whacking one.
So that could be interesting.
It could be interesting,
Tim
yes.
always treats me like I'm an unconscious bully.
Go and get me this, you go and get me that.
I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, I've got TikTok on instead of YouTube. I've for some reason I've joined TikTok, right, and to put my daily 60-second things up, but the workflow's too hard for me. I mean, it's once I've done it on YouTube, I don't want to do it anywhere else, and I've got to save it to my camera roll, which I don't want to do because I create it and then I push it straight to YouTube, right? And now I've got to save it locally to my camera roll to be able to put it on TikTok. So why can't I just press a button and say send this to TikTok? Anyway. So now I've got a TikTok account, but when you watch it, every second one are teenagers in scanty clothes. What's that about? Is that what TikTok is? And then there's football, and I'm sure that if you watch it right, I'm sure that if you watch the thing and say, well, it's football, I'm not interested in football, but I'll see what happens, and then you've watched it, and all of a sudden the next 6 ones are football because they sort of say, well, you must like football because you watched that one. Well, no. And then I can't find a way to say, don't show me any more football or scantily clad teenagers. I don't mind, a couple of scantily clad 30-year-olds, that'll do. But, I do draw the line at children that are younger than my daughter. I'm worried that I'll find my granddaughter on it or something one of these days, you know what I mean? Well, not my granddaughter, but
You're right. And the question that you asked earlier on about cyberbullying.
Oh yeah.
What is it? What is it?
Well, that's what we're trying to find out. But the way that YouTube defines it is quite is quite a wide church, really. It's quite a wide church.
But
Let me just get it up.
What is it with someone? Is it an obsession with them?
With the people, you mean?
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, I thought you were. First of all, I think we ought to describe what cyberbullying is.
Well, maybe we can go about the YouTube definition.
That's what I'm trying to get up. Have you got it up?
No.
I'm trying to get up, right?
I have our chat up.
Anybody saying anything nice?
Let's see. There are all of them saying hello, 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 and.
Are they policemen? Hello, hello, hello. Let's be having you.
Jen is saying that, Christine, I'm having itchy eyes as well. And allergies too.
Wasn't that a song from Smokey?
Itchy eyes.
Itchy eyes. Up over here. Up over
Itchy eyes.
Itchy eyes.
Support google.com. Here we go, right? Harassment and cyberbullying policies. Now, the first bit tells you how you know that you're a cyberbully, which I thought was quite good. Yeah. Content that threatens individuals not allowed, blah, blah, blah. If the content violates the policy, blah, blah, blah. What this policy means to you. So if you're posting content which bullies other people, and contents that feature prolonged name-calling or malicious insults, such as racial slurs, based on someone's intrinsic attributes. These attributes include their protected group status, like gluten-free people, for instance. Physical attributes like Christina's big nose, and their status as a survivor of sexual assault, non-consensual intimate imagery, distribution, so shaming, domestic abuse, child abuse, etc. Content uploaded with the intent to shame, deceive, or insult a minor. So these are then the definitely cyberbullying. But it goes on to say other types of content that are the policy. And the examples of are quite interesting. Here are some examples of the content that is not allowed on YouTube. Repeatedly showing pictures of someone and they're making statements like, look at this guy's teeth, they're so disgusting, or with similar commentary targeting intrinsic attributes throughout the video. So even a video that is just demeaning somebody and what they look like you, Tim, you fat git, and, or, stuff like that. Targeting an individual based on their membership of a protected group, such as by saying, look at this filthy, then it says protected group. They don't want to sort of say which groups are protected, but there are certain protected groups. I wish they'd only get hit by a truck. Targeting an individual making claims that are involved in human trafficking. Well, that seems... Using an extreme insult to dehumanize an individual based on their intrinsic attributes. For example, look at this dog of a woman. She's not even a human being. She must be some sort of mutant or animal. So don't be going doing that. Depicting an identifiable individual being murdered, or accounts dedicated entirely to focusing on maliciously insulting an identifiable individual. So if you've got a channel that totally sort of like concentrates on one person and maliciously insults them, then that's it. But it gets a bit looser as well. Targeting an individual based on their intrinsic attributes, we've done that one. Publishing an individual's non-public personal identifying information, like a phone number or a home address. Raiding or directing malicious abuse to identifiable individuals through an in-game voice chat or messages during a stream. Directing users to a YouTuber's comment section for malicious abuse and linking off-platform. Requesting that the other users get in touch to share non-consensual intimate imagery. Swatting the other prank calls with emergency crises. You know, like, you remember swatting? Guys on a live stream and somebody calls the police to that address.
Oh, okay.
Stalking or attempting to blackmail, zooming in or prolonged focus or emphasis on breast, buttocks or genital areas. Just zoom in on... Oh, no, I can't zoom in. Video game content which has been developed, blah, blah, blah. So basically, there's a lot of rules that you need to follow. And that's actually the worst case of cyberbullying. Mm-hmm. So there are other cases of cyberbullying where the people argue using you personally as a not arguing against your argument, but arguing against you. Mm-hmm. So that's what YouTube says.
It's Craig says, never be bullied into silence. Never allow yourself to be made a victim, and accept no one's definition of your life. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I mean, I guess when you're putting out content, you are a publisher, mm-hmm. if you want. So you are putting it out to the world basically.
For comment.
For comment, exactly. Right. Or you can turn the comments off. That's also one of your options.
That is also an option, but that would defeat the object, I suppose, in certain circumstances.
Exactly. So, I mean, there are obviously topics that are more catchy and more, provoking. And there will be comments coming. And of course, I mean, people can make nasty comments, and they will certainly come. The only thing you can do then is working on not taking it too personally, I guess.
I think that's the only way you can do it, is don't take it personally.
And I think that's what I want.
Yeah.
So if you really hurt them, they've got goal achieved.
Exactly. So, not really feeding energy to it, and I mean maybe take it back a little bit to kindergarten. Take it back to kindergarten when children start bullying other children. What is that all about?
That's a learning process.
That's a learning process.
Yeah, you have to break your borders to find out what they are in a society, right? So I think by now they should have learnt what it is, what we expect as a society.
Yeah.
And we expect that you're honest, that you have integrity, and what's the third one?
But don't you think that, just knowing is not really enough?
It depends.
We all know a lot. We all know that we shouldn't do this and that. We all know we shouldn't smoke. We shouldn't eat the wrong things. We shouldn't say certain things to other people because we might offend. But we still, in some moments, just go in reaction mode. and just do it.
I think
And we don't know what others might get triggered with what you put out, or it might not even be that, but their own insecurities or their own unhappiness and dissatisfaction might even trigger this kind of behavior, this kind of reactive behavior, that it sort of just becomes monkey behavior.
Right. So what I'm hearing there is it's unacceptable, but you have to accept it. And the people who do it are, I'm not saying less intelligent, but because monkeys are intelligent.
They are, absolutely.
Yeah. But
Absolutely. I'm not saying that at all.
Go ahead, Ian.
what triggers it? What actually triggers it? I mean, there is something in somebody's in people's mindset that trigger that. You didn't just sit and look at comments and what have you. There is something. I mean, is it an obsession with people that sit 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, sitting looking at nothing but a screen? And these people pick these things up and they just say, "Oh, wait a minute, I could comment on that," and then they put a funny comment in, somebody else comments, and it builds up from there. It's just a repetition thing, and the more and more people do it, the simpler it becomes to them. So I mean, these type of people, as I say, it must be not seeing them once they start.
Exactly, it's like a snowball effect, Ian. Like you are saying.
Well, some people are saying they feel empowered because they're behind a keyboard or they're anonymous as well.
Yeah.
Yes,
and then also empowered by maybe one comment that goes or is in alignment and is in harmony with how you might be feeling, and then it's easy to hide behind the screen and not, be face to face.
Yeah.
So
we've got one here now. Pete's saying Google should do more to try and track trolls' accounts and prosecute, right? Which is a fair comment, right?
Yeah.
And then further down, we've got somebody who disagrees. Mm-hmm. Don't be daft, Pete. Do you think the cops have all the time to track down someone because they said your channel is rubbish? Now, I'm not saying that's cyberbullying, right? But what it's doing, it's taking somebody's opinion and telling them why their opinion is wrong. Mm-hmm. Yeah? Instead of having your own opinion about something. So I think that what a lot of people don't realize is when you're reacting to somebody, you're actually telling them that their opinion is, first of all, valueless. Secondly, and worse, it's wrong. Yeah. And third, you're daft.
Yeah.
Right. And I know it was not meant like that, Eddie. I know it was not meant like that. But when it's written down, that's how you may take it. So therefore, you have to have especially careful when you're writing stuff. And if you're writing like you talk, then you're missing all the nuances of talk and the facial expressions. So you end up being able to interpret what you're writing as maybe cyberbullying, but might not be intended as cyberbullying.
Exactly.
But the thing is, you know what you want to say, but writing it down's hard. To communicate to everybody. So what we recommend is that you only give your opinion. Don't comment on other people's opinions, just give a different opinion. And then we'll decide who's right.
Well, we can also not really decide.
No, I mean we as the person reading it.
Yeah.
So the person can agree with that or that.
But even that, I mean, you might be right in your own thinking. You are totally right with what you're putting out there.
But I'm a human, so I am always totally right.
Oh, okay. And you're Tim.
No. I mean, I think all humans react as if they're right.
Yeah, exactly.
Until they either learn they're wrong, or they're in a society where what you think is right is no longer acceptable.
Exactly.
So it's
Tim,
go ahead.
There's a comment from Alan Fraser. It's quite simple. Jealousy normally triggers it. Yes, true.
It's one of the
Jealousy.
Triggers. Absolutely,
Yes.
one of the triggers. Yeah. I mean that is totally in a mindset Absolutely, and it's wrong wrong mindset, which is not it's fearful mindset. Fearful, maybe that you're missing out, that you are not like you said before, accepted, or you're not really appreciated, or you're not heard.
Could be.
And
they use then there was another question that we need to address as well. I can't remember who wrote it, but it was, what is cyberbullying, where does it happen? Cyberbullying is basically keyboard warriors in my mind. Yeah, it's people that anonymously or not so anonymously will react to something in a bullying manner on YouTube, for instance, but it's not. So it's basically bullying, but it's a special platform of bullying.
There's a comment from Stephen.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think cyberbullies get off from the reaction of these actions. So to me, the best remedy is to ignore and block them. That's his opinion. That's Stephen's opinion.
That's good. That's good.
I like that one too. And
see, that's good for people who's got like it's not suffering from any mental health issues. There could be a lot of people suffering from mental health. So their comments might affect that person quite a lot. So that's when it becomes a lot of bullying. I mean, to us, I could probably take a bit of it. I mean, I've had a lot of comments already regarding my spelling, and I try and ignore it, but I try to explain to people, you don't know if I've got dyslexia or not. I do have dyslexia, but I don't tell people that. But just because I've written something wrong doesn't mean you have to tell me I'm not good at English. Do you know what I mean? So you've got to look at, if somebody's writing, you need to understand that these people could have a mental health issue that, you know what I mean? So,
Exactly, Michael. I take the point about you saying there, they've got a mental issue and it's a mental health thing. If you're sitting reading that, you don't know that. Okay, mental health, that's another topic. That's another different subject altogether. But yes, a lot of people could take that the wrong way, and it could be damaging to their health.
Yeah.
I've got a response from I don't agree, Tim. Sorry, I never think I'm always right. Diane Harrison never thinks she's always right because she's found herself listening and taking people's opinion and changing my views at times. But you had to have a view beforehand to be able to change it. And the view you had before you thought was right. That's what I meant. I didn't mean that I'm always right. I meant exactly the same as what you think. To enable yourself to change your view, you had to have had a view that is theoretically wrong.
Or stay flexible with the views.
Actually, the views do change. I've got another one here. I think we must suppress hate speech, but not free speech. And
yes,
but that's a great soundbite. But it doesn't really mean anything because the definition of hate speech and the definition of free speech counteract each other. And free speech doesn't mean free from consequences. It means you're allowed to say what you want, but in the society you live in, you're allowed to say it. We don't put you in prison for it unless there's a law that says you can't say that word, right? For instance. So free speech is not blocking people who talk against the government. That's what free speech really means, is that you live in a land where you can overthrow the government by talking, and not, I can say whatever I like, And hate speech is incitement to violence or hate of a person, group, or thing, right? So I don't think they're opposites, and now we have a society too afraid to even define what a woman is out of fear of being cancelled, right? And that is a very topical thing, which isn't for tonight's discussion.
No, but it will be in the future.
But we will, yeah. But defining what a woman is the reason for the question is not because they want to know what a woman is, right? Defining what a woman is to push an agenda, right, which they can easily do something about by utilizing this, what is a woman, right? What is a woman? And then, so it's the agenda that they're pushing, not the fact that they don't know what a woman is. Or it might be that they're asking what a woman is because they don't know. I will obviously think that's a thing, but just
I
go and read a
think
book.
basically, I think we're all needing a bit life coaching.
You know, it's Craig says, there's a good comment by him. Instead of teaching kids how to deal with bullies, how about we teach them how not to be the bullies?
You know, that was really good. In
Yeah.
fact, didn't I see something? Is protect your daughters? Yeah. This guy, fathers protect your daughters. Yeah. And then the woman comes on. I don't know if she was a woman or not, but she looked like a woman.
We will know.
We don't know. A woman came on and said, "Educate your sons." Right. So that's exactly the same. That's exactly the same. So we are on Balcony Banter. We do go to certain topics that are topical, and also that can polarize people. So you may think, that Tim guy was a nice guy until tonight, right? So there's always the danger when talking to these things that you think, oh, now I know exactly what he's like because he said this, right?
But don't get triggered.
Right? I'll get triggered, the same as anybody.
Oh, yeah.
I got triggered the other day when somebody says this Englishman. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You remember
I told the story.
Yeah. Why is it important that I'm an Englishman? Yeah. And how did you know? I could be a Welshman, right? Mum's Welsh. Could be a Welshman. So we got loads of comments here that we're missing.
Julie Wade says, Craig.
Thanks, Diane.
Some kids do it because they are bored or to make them look good for themselves. It's so wrong. And Heather McCarthy, bullying can be 24 hours a day now. Longo say it stopped at the school's gate. If we are talking about kids bullying at school, there's no let up for some people. Yeah, the social media is a minefield for youngsters these days, and this word cancelled as well. I wasn't sure what it actually was. Did something fall? No, it just clicked.
I don't think so.
Okay. I just heard something. Just when the ceiling doesn't fall in again.
It's just that connects.
A knacks.
A knacks.
Thank you.
A knacksel.
It was like a knacks.
A knacksel.
Yes, here comment, Mary Foster. Hi, Tim and everyone. What we also have to consider is that a lot of people's thinking and action stems from the day we are born. We are programmed from the day we are born. Yes, Maria. Absolutely. Exactly. Programming is the right keyword there.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that you're programmed on the day you're born and you can't change it. I mean, you're programmed from the day you're born.
Oh, and even before that.
You're programmed before you're born.
Well, you're already in the womb. You're already getting all the good stuff.
But that's another story,
Yeah,
Am I a baby until I'm born? But that's for another time.
Yeah. And then all that stuff goes in, and then you're out, and then then the conditioning starts. And yes, it's true. It can be changed, and that's the tricky part. We know so much that it's probably not right what we're doing, but then the mindset change, how to make that change, is the hardest part.
So when I was a kid, there was bullies at school for me, right? And I was a kid that was bullied because I was smaller than the other kids, and I was a little bit older, right? Because I was born in the beginning of September, so I was usually in the class above where I theoretically should have been, right? And so I was seen as the little know-it-all. I still am, obviously, but I was bullied. I was bullied at school by kids that I found out later were either beaten or abused at home, right? And without exception, there wasn't one bully that wasn't abused at home, right?
Yeah.
And so being programmed from day one, if you grow up in a family like that, then obviously you're going to come out like that. But then I thought, what about the vandals? There's a group of people where it was normal to be like that. It's normal to go and take what you want and whack the other guy and fight for stuff and steal and pillage and take women as property and stuff like that. So there are societies out there which allow that. In fact, you can't live without it. You know, I've not been, but I've heard that a lot of Russian society is like that. That you see kindness as a weakness. Yeah, and if there's any Russians watching, please let me know in the comments below whether that's true. And also Americans. You know, there's a lot of Americans are brought up to say that you are entitled to everything. You are the greatest, yeah, and so which will allow you to be easier to bully other people that you see as less than you. Yeah, so it's a lot of.
It's a lifelong. So then we should not be surprised why it still happens in adult life. To be honest, because if it already starts as a child, then it goes on to your teenage years, and then early adulthood, and then at some point, even with other decisions that we might want to change, we see how difficult and challenging it can be. How can it not have an influence then even in adulthood? And this is what we're seeing. It's exactly that, and the fact that it's so easy to hide behind a computer keyboard is a perfect enabler for this kind of behavior.
Cool. So we get
The
a lot more
platforms don't do
comments.
enough.
Go ahead, Michael.
Sorry, Michael.
Yeah, the platforms don't do enough. Like, you got YouTube, Facebook. I mean, you report something and it doesn't get deleted to tell you it's not against their policy, but you know deep down that something is against their policy, but they don't delete it. I don't know why. And then it's too easy to make a fake profile. YouTube's a clear example of that. I've seen a couple of things the past couple of weeks, fake profiles. Do you know what I mean? It's just too easy to bully people these days.
They're actually they've just changed the policy at the end of this month. You're not allowed to have names that have special characters. So people were getting round the fake profile by having one letter different or using a character set like the yen sign for the Y in YouTube, for instance. So they're stopping that. And also we now have, as creators, in our we've got the word list that we can now expand. And there is a beta test that comments that are through the AI deemed as unsuitable will be held for review, and you can turn on extra special checking, which I've done now.
Perfect.
Right?
So there are remedies, right?
There are remedies for it. So, I mean, a lot of people, in fact, no, actually, I'm in the process of changing my word list, so I've chucked mine out. So actually, you can say anything you like on the channel tonight. So if you are a troll, somebody said there is a troll in the chat. So if you are in the chat, troll, and you want to talk to us, please go to timothydown.com/live and come in the room remotely, like Michael and Ian.
We love the trolls, you know. When I hear that word, it always makes me think of the trolls. You know, the one in
the little plastic one with the long hair.
Yes, those.
Cole's saying, sad as it is, honest about it, we're never going to get rid of it, just like bullying in real life. The key to learning how to minimize it and, more importantly, ignore it. A lot of people have said, I want to ignore it, right? And by addressing it in this manner, say in an educational manner, and not reacting to it, if you like, am I extending the life of it by doing this?
Well, I mean, it's okay to bring this topic up, obviously, definitely what you were saying, working on responding rather than reacting is a very healthy approach. And any other thing that bothers you or you in general, then it's up to that person that feels triggered or bothered about it to make that attitude change, and to feel less reactive about it and more responsive, and more how can I get calmer about this whole situation that is giving me so much reaction and anguish.
Yeah.
That's the solution for yourself then.
When was Respond and React? That was on your channel at the beginning of last month, was it?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. We did a bit on that, didn't
a
we?
few weeks ago, yes.
So go and check out Juliani Nendel, julianinendel.com, or a link in the description of this video is a link directly to Juliani's channel there. And React versus Response.
Yeah, respond versus react.
I'm going to take a 2-second break for technical problems, and we'll be right back with BANTER. And we're back in the room. I was uncomfortable. Because I don't have a cushion. I was late today and I don't have a cushion. So I'm sat on the bars. So I look like a grilled chicken when I get up. But I'm not going to show you.
You answered the question. I was just about to ask you, what are you sitting on?
Exactly. Oh, God. I'm going to have to get a cushion, actually. So, oh, don't speak to him, Pauline. Okay, Pete is 100%. I'm going backward. A troll showing their face, is that really going to happen? I don't know. Is it part of the thing that you have to be anonymous to be a troll?
It would be interesting to talk to trolls.
You know, you can come if you want to come in and not show your face. There is a way to do that. You go to timothydow.com/live. You click on join the live show. You come into the back room here, and it asks you to check your microphone and your camera, and then after you're in the room, you're not live yet until I put you live. You just turn your camera off, and then you come in. It's like a phone call.
And Chris, what would you say to the troll?
What is it? Nothing missing, but you want to play like in the playground.
Yeah. Shall we go back to kindergarten?
Yeah.
It's very hard to. The people are saying YouTube should do it and Facebook should do it, and it's very hard to do that because they say we are just giving you the platform, and you are the content creators. And even if you comment, you are still a content creator because your comment is part of the content, right?
Yeah.
So everybody who comments has a YouTube channel. Some of the YouTube channels are empty. What you can do is to go into your YouTube channel and fill out the about part of it, and maybe give some idea of who you are. If your YouTube channel is anonymous or doesn't have your full name in it, then maybe put your name into the about place, and that would help, I think. So maybe if YouTube said if you want a YouTube channel, you can't be anonymous. You can have an anonymous name, an anonymous channel name, but in the about section you have to say who you are, right? And I suppose that would discourage people. And then other people were saying that it's too easy just to go in, get a free Google Gmail account, and create a YouTube channel as if under any name with any picture, you know. So maybe they should say one of the pictures has to be you, yeah. So that you can't be anonymous.
Susan B is asking, what do you class as trolling, though? Surely everyone's opinion is different. Some will be offended, some won't.
That's true, but I think what a troll is somebody comes in specifically to disrupt the conversation, maybe take the devil's advocate view, or just put in interjections like, "Do you want to see me? What's it?" Or, I mean, something's not to do with the conversation, that is just meant to disrupt and show off. Maybe.
And then again, it's where we put our energy to, and. And that's everyone's individual choice, I guess. It's the content creators' choice, and it's the people in the chat who are there, their choice to either interact with those comments or to just ignore it or don't. Maybe focus on another comment that is more likable.
But it would be much better if people use the time to go down to the beach and collect plastic.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot.
Well said. Well said.
That's
yes,
it.
well
So
said,
if you're
Christine.
if you're a cyberbully and you don't know what to do with yourself, get down to the beach and collect plastic or something else worthwhile.
Yep.
Good point, Susan. They're only a troll if they say something you don't like. Okay, I wouldn't. We allow comments on this channel.
Yeah.
About things that I don't like.
Yeah.
Right. I also just asked you to stay within the YouTube guidelines, like no swearing, profanity, or what we read through before, and also the guidelines that we set up ourselves, which is honesty, respect, and integrity. So as long as you're honest, and you're not just saying something for effect, as long as you have integrity, and that means doing the right thing even when nobody's looking, and you honesty and respectful. That means you don't disrespect somebody else. Then everything goes. I mean, and if you feel that you have the right to do that type of thing, then and it doesn't contravene the rules, then go for it. Go for it.
And of course, I mean, we want to have your comments. They're very important to us, and we want opinions too. This is how conversation stays alive and evolves as well. I mean, if we all only just agree, how boring would that be?
How boring would that be? Exactly.
Yeah.
Using someone's name in chat and downgrading people is wrong. I have a few cushions that work at hospital. I'm going to get up. Okay. I've got to get out. I've got this. Christina, 2 seconds. You carry on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Michael, has it happened to you at all?
Crisscross bum.
No, it's
Being
a little bit.
bullied, yeah, of course. I've been bullied. I've had people comments. I've actually had someone on Facebook take my profile picture and then advertise it as like anything they want to say. They've also commented on my partner. You know what I mean? It's not nice to be a victim of that. Do you know what I mean? It's not nice at all, and there's nothing you can do. And when I try to report, all they tell me is it's not going against guidelines, and it takes a while before things are removed, and it's just hurtful. I don't know why people do it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they're going to do it. They're doing it for their own mentality or to hurt somebody. I don't know, but what about yourself? You ever been a victim of it?
Actually, on cyberbullying, absolutely not. So I'm actually happy about that. Even we had some trolls coming up on a live walk that Tim and I were doing last year. But yeah, I didn't really put too much energy to it, and actually, I just said to them, well, you're welcome too, you know. You're welcome to comment in a nice fashion and in a calm fashion and respectful fashion, and then crack on. You know, you can be here if you're happy with our channel, then stay on. You know, and that's it. So I'm happy that I never had any trouble with them.
Good. What about you, Christina?
Only once here. Wasn't that him where the guy said, I'm talking slow and I'm ugly.
Yeah, you're talking slow and you're ugly.
Yeah.
But that's not trolling, is it? That's just like saying how it is. I'm going to get it later.
You got the biggest troll here
Grounded.
sitting in front of you.
I don't care.
No more YouTube for you.
That's your opinion, and some other guy would think I look great.
I think you look lovely. I remember you when you were 20 odd, and you look exactly the same now to me.
I look lovely then, yeah.
You look lovely all the time. You haven't changed for me.
Aww.
And talking slow's good as well.
Yes. Yes.
You imagine if both of us talk like I do. 10 to the dozen, and 90% of it's bull wash.
Bull wash.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've been on nearly an hour and we haven't played your video.
God.
So what do we do?
So, Ian, executive producer, what are you saying?
Yeah, I think personally, you've got to be strong enough to shrug these things off, but you have to be a strong-minded person. If you're a strong-minded person, you'll shrug them off. If they're on a chat there, you just do what I do, is I just remove them. But a lot of people just sit and they take them, and unfortunately, it's what Michael said there, it does affect you mentally, unfortunately, these things happen.
Okay,
that's all I'm going to say on the subject.
I'm actually going to make an executive decision here and push out your thing till next week or next time.
Yes, I was going to suggest that as well.
Thank you. It's a question I wanted to ask there, actually. Yeah.
Yes.
Can we move this on to next week?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
move the nights on to next week. It would actually fit in better, Juliana, with what else we've got coming up.
Yeah. Perfect. Yes, I am totally in agreement.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just move everything down a wee bit, and Roy's can be introduced next week, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not gonna finish right now because I'm going to address a couple more of the questions here, and then we're going to go around the table and say hello. But it's coming to an end.
Say hello.
Say hello. Say goodbye. Yeah, but that's on. I've got a question here, and it's from a guy or a girl, I don't know, called Chris, and he or she says, "Hi everyone, I'm new here. Welcome. I'm living with CRPS." Anybody know what that is off the handle?
No.
Okay, we'll look that one up, Chris. And I've been housebound since 2016, struggling big time with lack of interaction with people. Chris, you are in the perfect place.
Yes.
We have a community of people here that also don't know each other, really, or hardly ever met or never met in most cases. And if you want to come on, if you want to tell us what you want to talk about, if you want to suggest anything that we need to discuss, maybe about what is CRPS and what are the values there.
Complex regional pain syndrome.
Complex regional pain syndrome
is a form of chronic pain that usually affects an arm or a leg.
Okay.
I was just reading that actually yesterday. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So it's like the fibromyalgia, but it's concentrated in one area.
probably the arm or the
Something,
leg.
yes, something
So
like
you're
that.
in a great position here, and we actually got a way for you to introduce topics or to do topics. First of all, just chit chat in the chat, and we'll give you our love. Second thing is contact Ian at the email address in the description if you want to talk about a specific topic or you have a suggestion that we would talk about. You don't have to join in. You can suggest the topic and not take part. You know, don't come on the camera, or you can come on camera like Michael's done tonight. I'm going to ask him what his experience was in a minute, but yeah, you can do that. So Chris, welcome, and as we always say, play nice, be honest, have integrity, and be respectful. That's all we ask. So we're going to go around the table now. I just want to go to. There's one I wanted there.
It's
Susan B. Maybe if you feel your mental health could be affected, to YouTube isn't the best place for you, which is also true. Yeah, if you get affected by certain things, then not doing that thing is probably one of the good things you need to do. Mm-hmm. Unless, of course, you're trying to do aversion therapy where you're trying to do the things that trigger you to stop you being triggered and stuff like that. Stemming from a hip operation which spread all over. Thank you very much. Okay, Chris. So I'm hoping that you're feeling okay. I hope your medication's working and in a good place. But you're very welcome here at any time. And if you ever get to Tenerife, let us know. And we'll make sure to swing round. Those of you on Tenerife at the moment that tried to hook up with me and couldn't, thank you for trying. Sorry we couldn't make it. See you next time. But you'll be back on the channel when you're back home in your hometown. So I'm going to finish on the comments now.
Yes, please.
Thank you. If you have commented after now, then we'll read it later. Thank you so much for joining in. Let's go around the table. Who's first?
Okay. Well, what a great topic. Huh? I really thank you a lot for putting that up, actually.
I can zoom in on you now.
And,
there you go.
Yes, very interesting. And thank you, everyone, for commenting so vividly. I'm sure we will continue talking about it. Maybe even next week when we have the video coming up, then it will maybe even make more sense and what you can maybe do about it for yourself or for others. So yeah, thank you, and I wish you all a wonderful week, and see you next Wednesday.
Cool dude. Christina Lee, I'm just going to go around to you like this. So we got you close up now.
Oh.
So what's... oh, very nice. Very nice. give me that sexy look again. Give me that sexy look again. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Who can resist her? Who can resist her? Next week I'm going to show you a picture of when she was 20-odd, a video that we found, didn't we?
Video?
Yeah, we found a video of when she was 20, eating a cake. Oh, yeah. I might be able to get it up now, actually. You carry on chatting and I'll see if I can get it up now.
That's not so interesting. Was that?
Things come out approximately every 2 months. So if anybody wants to follow any of that up, as I say, it's on the Mental Health Foundation page.
Ian,
I'll finish up with my thoughts, if that's okay.
That's fine.
And that'll be me. Remember, you are in control of your thoughts and how you feel. Choose happiness. Choose positivity over negativity. Choose laughter over anger. Choose to smile. Choose to live with more joy. The choice to be happy is all yours. Thank you.
You know, I think we're back. I think we are back. Ian, I have totally apologise, but the last thing that you, from when you started talking till the last sentence, didn't go out, I'm afraid. And also, it's not going to record that either. The recording stopped when it stopped.
Okay.
Oh,
So you
it
won't.
was good.
It was
sir.
really good.
Yes, very profound.
Very profound. Do you want to say it all again?
Are you on?
I think we're still on. Oh no, hang on.
Sorry, Pat.
They are saying you're back.
Yes.
Did you get the bit about the Mental Health Foundation?
No.
No, they didn't get any of that. But I'm gonna say there are 2 links in the description here, and if you click one of those, it's a podcast. And if you just give us a short summary of what the podcast's about, Ian.
The one podcast is about loneliness, the subject that we covered a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
The other podcast is Let's Take Mental Health. The topic was childhood. They are talking about the environment that we grew up in. So if you click onto them and you can have a wee listen. They're about 30 minutes, the normal length of a podcast.
Okay. Cool. So we are still on at their end, they did say. So I'm going to go over now to Michael. Michael, what was your experience there, or have you died?
No, I'm still here. So the process to get onto your channel was very easy. It was a simple click on the website, enter your name, whatever name you want to put in, and check your camera and check your mic, and you take everything from there. So I'm a wee bit lagging, but I don't know if that's my laptop or my internet, but I can still hear you okay. The camera's a wee bit behind, but yeah, it was a good process.
Good. Thank you so much. And don't forget to check out Honest Edinburgh. Is it Honest?
Edinburgh's Honest Guide.
Edinburgh's Honest Guide.
Edinburgh's Honest Guide.
I'll stick I forgot to put it in, but I'll stick a link into
okay,
into the description when we come. I think from our side, your thing is frozen. So if you turn your camera off and back on again, it might work. There's a little button on the bottom say camera off, camera on. I think camera's gone. Okay, camera back on.
I've turned it back on, but it doesn't want to go back on.
No, it doesn't want to go back on. No,
it's frozen. Doesn't like me.
It loves you.
I've got to admit, my confidence has improved a bit, but I'm still struggling a wee bit. Like talking, I'm not used to it, but I'll get used to it.
Just ignore the stuff. Just ignore the cameras and stuff.
It looks like, Tim, they've missed quite a bit of what I was saying at the end.
Yeah, I do apologise. Yeah, I do apologise.
I'm just looking at the comments coming up. It's no problem. We can rerun it next week's show.
Exactly.
Yes,
we shall talk about that.
Absolutely.
Don't forget, there's Wind Down Wednesday on Rick and Shelley's channel in half an hour, or actually in 20 minutes now. In 20 minutes. So don't forget that. And Chris, if you're still listening and you're still watching, the channel is called Rick and Shelley, and they are all vloggers on the island. In fact, Rick was not a YouTuber, a Facebooker and a podcaster way before. In fact, he just put up a thing that he interviewed the Craicmaster before the Craicmaster got more than 17,000 people.
Wow.
And Craicmaster's just surpassed 70,000 subscribers. Thanks to everybody who subscribes to this channel. Thanks to everybody who subscribes to Juliani's channel. And don't forget, if you like the content, like, subscribe, and ring that little bell for notifications. Contact Ian with all your details. And we'll see you guys on the next one, right?
Yeah.
Next week.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. And we'll see. There's no song tonight. Because why is there no song tonight? Yeah, go on. I'll do this one. I'll do this one. I'll do this one. Ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be plenty of weather in the next few days. Here's a fog warning. So it should be hot for the next couple of days, but if you're coming over, don't forget 50 Factor, and we'll see you on the next one. Friday, I'll be out and about with my microphone, shoving it in people's faces. Bye!